Hi everybody, Rex Frost here, and this is my review of E.T., the current movie. Well, the movie I just finished was my film literature class, so yeah, let's get straight into the review. Okay, and like with all of my reviews, I do want to say, here's a quick spoiler warning. I mean, E.T.'s like, I don't know, released in like the 70s or like 80s, probably the 80s, so like, I don't know. I feel like most people have already seen this movie that want to see it have already seen. But yeah, I'm just gonna put spoiler warning. But yeah, let's get straight into it. And yeah, uh, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to this one later. But yeah, let's talk about the practical effects for ET. Stunning. They are so good. I mean, I feel like. I mean, in my personal opinion, you should always go with practical effects over visual effects because it is like, and I mean, there's just something about like actually having like your characters there and like be like animatronics rather than just like having them be CGI stuff because like one, you have something for the actors to like actually work with, therefore they can give a better performance because like they're actually acting with something. And two, I mean, it just looks better because it's actually there. And yeah, I mean, ET looks amazing. I mean, all of the stuff they did for him was like the like short people that were inside him and like the voice I feel like are really good. Also, I do think as alien designs go, this one is like it's humanoid, but it's different enough from humans to the point where I feel like it's a good design because I mean, straight up Thanos from Marvel is just like, come on, or like the Chitauri. But yeah, also it's Steven Spielberg movie, so yeah, shout him out. I mean, he he brings the touch in so much. Also, E.T. And also like it are probably like Stranger Things. Like, I mean, no, honestly, no. I think what's going on is that I feel like it is like inspired from I don't know, I don't know what came first. Probably E.T. I might be wrong, but like I feel like I mean you can tell well like where Stranger Things pulled from for like its main reference was like from E.T. is amazing and like yeah, I mean Steven Spielberg has the touch. I mean every single one of his movies is there's like something, well not all of them but like a lot of them there's like something magical about them, and it's like this movie, I mean E.T. does like such a good job of like capturing like what it's like to be a kid, which is something I didn't put on this uh slideshow, but something I did uh really like about this movie is how this movie like its main character is a kid, and like you can tell this movie's from the point of a kid mainly because like all like the camera is quite literally like the perspective of a child. So like I mean when it comes like the camera's always at like kids height, which I mean is kind of hard for me to demonstrate right here. And yeah, I mean it's always like the camera is at like a kid's eye level. Also like there's like adults, like you never see any of the kids teachers kind of when they're like standing. Also I mean there's like one character in the movie that like you don't see his face until like he actually interacts with the kid, which I think is like really cool way, like a really cool way of doing it. And yeah, I mean I think this movie does a really good job of showing like how like parents divorcing is really hard on kids, and that is like something uh, that Steven Spielberg went through. And like E.T. was kind of like a interpretation of his imaginary friend after his parents divorced when he was young, which I do think is really cool because I yeah, here's a bit of Rex Frost lore, but I kind of went through something similar. It's complicated, but I mean, I basically kind of went through divorced parents. It's a lot different. And yeah, but for me, the main kid in this movie, I had it really young, so it's like, I always grew up with this. However, I also did have an imaginary friend. And you wanna know who that imaginary friend was? His name was Rex Frost. Isn't that great? Yeah, now you know where the Rex Frost name comes from. Well, the last name's another story for another day. But I do kind of bond with this movie a little bit because like I did go through somewhat of a similar experience, and I also have my very own ET. I also have quite literally become my ET. I am now Rex Frost. He is no longer my imaginary friend. So yeah, I do think that is pretty cool. And yeah, and I feel like Steven Spielberg, like, this was his passion project, and I think it's like really cool that like he did have the opportunity, and like as someone who knows something similar of like a somewhat similar experience, like this does really I do bond with this movie, and I think that is great. Also, the thing I did skip over, the commentary on like the government in like middle America, kind of, it's like the middle class, I feel like is like done really well, especially with I like how this movie kind of shows uh like the main character Elliot is about to go down like a dark path due to his dad leaving, kind of like with his parents' divorce, and I think it's like really interesting, like how like what he needed was a friend to help him out. Oh, and I think that's like really really cool that like I just think it's like really cool that like the story of like E.T. is like just a lonely kid who needed a friend for him, and like E.T. was that friend. Yeah, I think it's like really well done. Also, as for like the commentary on like the government, I think it's done really well with this movie, kind of showing like how like people are just like really sterilized. Well, not sterilized, but like sterile to like. I mean, not, I guess it's like sterile to like experiments, kind of. It's kind of complicated to explain, but yeah, there's one scene in this movie where like where Elliot's class is like about to dissect frogs, and the frogs are still alive, and the students quite literally, really, like put the frogs in jars and like smoke them out, which is like crazy that like that would actually. I have no idea if that actually used to happen. If it did, wow. I know uh, dissecting like animals is something that like body parts is something that does happen in like a young grade. Uh, Unfortunately for me, I was going to do that. However, a virus started. The coronavirus COVID-19. Well, That happened like when I was at the age to do it. So yeah, I did miss out on that, which unfortunate, I guess, or maybe fortunate. I don't know. Sometimes I like to get my hands filthy. So yeah, yeah. So I feel like this movie does do a very good job, and was like showing that like you can't. If everyone is like so sterile, oral, and like doesn't really care, and like bland, like everything becomes the same. And I feel like it kind of goes for like the entire setting of this movie because it just takes place in a neighborhood. I feel like it's really genius because like all the houses look the same and everything, and it's like I think it's like really like well done, and so it's like I do think that is really interesting, and okay. Now I do want to get to one negative. The opening scene, I feel like they should have cooked a little more in the kitchen. Was like E.T. getting left on Earth. I just think it's like I just think it's like they could have done a better way of doing it because it's just like I mean, yeah, there are people about to like get to the ship. But I just think it's like really dumb how like all of ET's like people just like left him. I don't know. I just think it's like not really the best execution, and they definitely could have like improved upon that. But yeah, my overall rating, I think E.T. is an amazing movie. It is like that like 80s aesthetic. I mean, there is something like about that like 80s aesthetic that like is there in it's like a big player of like what makes E.T. The first It movie and Stranger Things so special. And, like, I mean, it's one of those like feel like you just feel good while watching those movies, and I feel like the aesthetic mainly because it's like I mean, mainly because it's like it's kind of like a child movie, and it's like it plays on nostalgia, not in like the Super Mario Bros. The Mario Galaxy movie, or like all of the like like all of like modern or like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like the sequel trilogy of Star Wars or like Marvel's multiverse stuff. And yeah, I mean, he plays on nostalgia like not like that because that is just like lazy, you like cash grab nostalgia. Like this nostalgia is more of like reminding people what it's like to be a child. And there's something, yeah, I mean, there's something about like being a child that I, as like someone who's gonna be like out of high school soon, like start to like look back on fondly, and it's like the world is so simple, and it's just like sometimes I miss it, just like not caring at all, not having to worry about the future that much. Now I'm always worrying about the future and like what's next. So it's like, yeah, I mean, those like properties like do an amazing job at like capturing the 80s, and I have no idea if it's like why. I guess it's like the 80s are special because it's like everyone around today was that's like not old, like like kind of is like kind of like I mean yeah I mean adults now were like little kids, so like when all those properties took place, so it's like there's I mean unless you're like in your 60s to like 70s, why do I do this to myself? I mean you were probably like a child, so it's like everyone was like a child or not born, so it's like yeah, there's definitely something special in that, and yeah, here's where I put it. I mean, so far the best movie, my personal opinion, in the film lit tier list is Jaws. So yeah, I mean my top three is all Steven Spielberg movies, so that's nice. I mean, in my personal opinion, like I've said, he is the best director of all time. He does make some really good movies, and yeah, also I do want to give an update. Oh yeah, on here. Let me go back to full. Okay, so my film lit teacher has assigned oh wait, what's it called? The the final exam for the class, and like rather than taking a test, we're gonna be doing a director's study. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm gonna be doing James Gunn, who directed Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and the Suicide Squad. And yeah, those are I'm gonna be picking the Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Suicide Squad mainly because I did just watch the first two like not too long ago. I am doing a Marvel rewatching all Marvel movies leading into Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of just stopped doing them mainly because it took so long for the DVDs from my library for X-Men 3 to come out. I just kind of like didn't. I just stopped doing quick reviews for all of them mainly because it's just like I don't know. I kept doing them. I just wasn't posting them. So like I have a bunch of quick reviews for Marvel movies. I just haven't posted them at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I just stopped because it's like, I'm putting too much pressure. Oh yeah, the two movies that are taking forever to come are X-Men Origins Wolverine and X-Men The Last Stand, which is like, if I'm gonna wait and delay a bunch of stuff, I should do it for actually good movies because those two are both pretty bad. So it's like, yeah. I don't know, I just stopped because I wasn't posting them. I was just waiting. By the time I had those DVDs did come in, I was like, I'm just done. But yeah, but back to my James Gunn director studies. Yeah, so I did recently just watch two of his films, so they're both fresh in my mind. I will be watching The Suicide Squad, giving it a little rewatch. I haven't rewatched it since Peacemaker Season 2 released, so I will watch it soon. Also, of course, because the project is a slideshow, I will be sharing it on the channel, so definitely subscribe if you want to do that. And yeah, also feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see reviews for any other just any other reviews in general. I have been doing daily reviews of I've been reading and reviewing an Invincible comic a day, and yeah, that's been going strong, so strong that I've actually I've been reading 4 comics a day, and yeah, and I'm just scheduling because I don't want to oversaturate the market. I know I've already said this, but I'm just saying it again. But yeah, definitely subscribe if you want to see those, or just any other reviews in general. And yeah, for subscribing, feel free to tell me your thoughts on E.T. if you've seen it down in the comment section. I do really enjoy reading comics, so yeah, I'm trying to do ventriloquist kind of, and making it look like I'm actually talking, but I probably look really weird right now. Also, you might be able to see my chin. How exciting! Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'll see you all later. Bye.